Good evening, gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about maple syrup. Don't mind the hat. So maple syrup comes from trees. My brother and my dad and I basically went sap sucking. And it's kind of significant because in the same place that we were doing it, my grandpa and his brothers would try it. I have footage of my grandpa and his brother, and they have this thing called the Arch of Triumph.
There he is now, feeding the Arch some fuel. The Arch of Triumph. Now there's a real sap. This is the Arch of Triumph.
It's just a piece of metal that they fabricated into like an arch, and all they really had was just a can of beans or a can of coffee or something, and they'd tap the trees and then put the sap in there. It basically was just an excuse for my grandpa and his brothers to get together and drink. So that's exactly what we did. With today's technology and Google, you can learn a lot about maple syrup, and that's what Shane did, is that he Googled a bunch of stuff, he looked at a bunch of videos, he said, what is the best way to tap, the best way to cook. Version 2.
I don't think any of that audio came through.
First section is where you just heat up the sap. The second section is it's more filtered out, and then there's the last step, which is the most concentrated version of syrup. Oh, that's a good look. While we were drinking and just sitting there listening to Rush, we wondered, where did maple syrup come from? How far back does this pony ride go?
Tell us a little more about maple syrup. Well, maple syrup was discovered by the Incas in about 1500 BC. They were looking for I always thought it was the Dinkas. Well, the Dinkas experimented with it. They never did boil it down far enough. Get out of here.
You know, we learned so much about the Native Americans. We decided to do the most American thing that we could think of.
America.
So when my grandpa was trying to do this maple syrup business, he probably just read it from a book or knew a friend who did it and gave him a little bit of a hint of how to do it, and then they just kind of tried to figure it out. But with technology, this crazy thing called technology, we can just look something up and then it's already there. And you know, so many people have written about it and done everything with it that it's just so easy to figure things out now. It's pretty crazy.